Home is where connections are made, memories are formed, and ideas are born. And no one knows home better than NFM. Thanks for tuning in to I Am Home, the podcast that goes deeper than trends and dives into what it means to make your house a home.
Hello and welcome to I Am Home, the Home Life Best Life podcast. I'm Tyler Wisecup. Unfortunately, we don't have Hillary with us today, but I am joined by my co-host. She's the walk-off queen of podcast banter. It's Becca Sudbeck.
Hi, Tyler.
Hi, Becca. And today our guest is someone who brings power and perseverance to the plate. It's Talia Tokheim.
Tokheim. It's okay.
Tokheim. I wrote the little accent, and the accent didn't help me. Okay. Tokheim, the standout softball player for the Nebraska Huskers. She's been a nationally ranked recruit, a clutch hitter in multi academic all-star several times, and so much more. We'll be talking to her about bouncing back from injury, rhythm through chaos, and how she's building a home life that's just as dialed in as her game day mindset. But before we even talk about all of that with her, let me tell you why we're even doing this podcast. And that's because NFM is more than just your everything home store. We're in the business of improving lifestyles because your home life should be your best life. And you can learn more at nfm.com. Okay, so Talia, thanks for being here on the podcast. Let's just officially recognize you. You already helped me out with your last name, which I asked right ahead of time, and still messed it up. So
happens to the best of them.
So embarrassing.
No, it's totally fine.
But let's start with you at the beginning. I'm curious, how did you first fall in love with softball?
My dad actually played baseball. He played at UCLA, and then he played for the Phillies organization all the way up into AAA.
Wow.
And so I've just kind of been around it my whole life. Yeah. And he got me swinging off the tee at a pretty young age. Mm-hmm. And then we signed up for softball, and I actually wanted to quit and play lacrosse when I was in probably elementary school, maybe middle school. And he was like, no. So
not an option?
No. And then I started working a little more at it, and I started to fall in love with it, and then went to my club team, the West Bay Warriors Warrior Academy. It's kind of been both since I've been in and out, but they really grew my game, and I fell in love with the sport.
Interesting. So, so we have to back up then to the decision that you're like, I want to quit. What was happening then?
I don't know. I think my friends wanted to play lacrosse, or my best friend at the time, her older sister, was like, I'm going to play lacrosse. And I was like, oh, me too. I get to wear a skirt. I want to play lacrosse. And I also played soccer. So it was kind of similar.
Okay.
But I just wasn't very good when I was little. I'm going to be so honest. I was not very good at softball. So
look at that now.
Right?
you stick with it.
Exactly.
So things can change.
Yes, they didn't let me quit. And I was still in rec ball. And then I switched to club, and then went to a higher level club.
How old were you when you switched from rec to club?
I think it was my first or second year of 12U that I went to super competitive. But I think I played for the team before that for maybe 1 or 2 years, maybe just a season. But I let my dad, I was like, if you think it's going to be best for me, switch it. Because I was I had so many friends, and I was I don't want to make the decision. But he thought that it was going to be good. And they developed me, because ultimately the goal is to play in college, right? So that was my goal at the time.
You knew that when you were 12 or 11 or 12, that's what your goal was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was starting to get better, and I started to really like it. And I was I think that's something I want to do. I always wanted to be a soccer player, though. I wanted to play in the Olympics. I was a goalie. I loved Hope Solo.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I played soccer, and then played both for a little while. And then once I got super competitive with everything, right before I went into high school, I quit soccer and was softball all the way. So
yeah, I mean, it's really hard to be super competitive at two sports, right?
For sure.
Especially
it's so
nowadays,
impressive. Oh,
right? You really got to specialize pretty young.
Yeah. I wish I wish that I played soccer for a little longer, though. I think it's so good to be a multi-sport athlete. That soccer will keep you in shape like no other.
Totally. Oh my gosh, the running.
Yeah, right. So I think that it's good. That would be honestly my advice for anyone younger,
is to not specialize in
not yet. I mean,
sport.
have what you want to do, and maybe put another one on the back burner. But I think it's so good to be a multi-sport athlete. it helps you in ways that you wouldn't even know.
Yeah. Burnout.
Yep.
Overuse
100%.
of certain body parts,
Yep.
etc.
For sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And multi-sport athletes are just really cool in general.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, it's
every
so
time you're
cool.
like, they do that too.
I know. No, it's so impressive.
there's
For
something
sure. We have a
excited about
multi-sport
that.
athlete on our team, actually.
Oh,
Kennedy
really?
Williams. Yeah, she plays basketball and softball.
Wow.
She's going into her sophomore year. Yeah,
That's
so
really
cool what
impressive.
she's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
just
awesome.
playing one sport in college
No,
is
I know.
impressive, but doing two,
It's crazy.
like,
Absolutely.
It's so awesome.
Well, one of the things we kind of talked about it a little bit in the preview, but that's crazy about your story is like you battled through injuries and still kind of found ways to deliver these clutch performances, like that multi-homer game against Wisconsin.
Yes.
So what's kept you mentally strong through all these ups and downs?
I think just like the people that I have around me. I don't like to be a negative person. I would say that I'm like generally really positive, and like that is honestly that's a choice that you have to make every day. And so like going through that, I wasn't going to choose to just like be super sad about it. Like I got to still travel with my teammates aside from like when I had to do surgery and all that stuff. I got to travel with my teammates. They were really uplifting, and like I knew that they had my back through all of it. So I never really felt disconnected from the team. And I think that would have put me in a worse place. But our coaches and my teammates do such a good job of like keeping everyone engaged, even when they might not be able to play like physically on the field. So yeah, I mean, they were so helpful through it all. And like the trainers there, like literally my favorite people in the world. So obviously I spent a lot of time with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah.
What does it look like to keep you involved in the game when you're on the sidelines that way?
Yeah. I mean, obviously like showing up to practice every day, that's kind of a given, but showing up to practice every day and like getting to be around my teammates, and just like once I could like walk with my ACL, once I could walk, like catching for the outfield or just like being out there and hearing what they have to say.
And was that something you mentioned the coaches specifically? Is that something the coaches were pushing you
No,
to
I did
do,
it.
or that you were just doing that?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's kind of, I feel like it's just like they're not going to push you to do anything, because obviously it's a very like emotional and like mentally like it's just a hard time in general. So like they are very like understanding about what you have to do to like get your mind right and like be okay and accept the fact that like, okay, yeah, this is like kind of a horrible thing that happened. But I always felt like personally to be around the people that I love and like the people that make me happy, it was going to help me more than just sitting around and watching. But I still wanted to be around the game and learn. I was a freshman when my first one happened. So it's like wide-eyed to everything and like super exciting. And I just wanted to like learn from everyone who was older, and they kept me around it very well. And yeah, I'm super grateful for my teammates for sure.
Well, it's interesting too, because you know, you were ranked number 44 nationally coming out of high school. You hit 4 home runs in the 2021 Alliance Championships. So you had kind of these early successes, and then you faced obviously some of these injuries that you had to kind of battle back from.
Yeah.
But I'm curious like how that like early success helped shape your expectations for college ball.
Honestly, I didn't have expectations for college just because it's so different. And like, obviously you're playing with like 19, 20, 21, 22, even like 23, 24-year-olds. So like coming in as an 18-year-old little girl who's like from California, just playing, you know, like I feel like it's better almost to not have expectations and then like pleasantly surprise yourself. And that I feel like is what happened to me. Obviously, it gave me a lot of confidence that I could hit elite pitching. Because that was obviously a national tournament and we ended up winning. And I think that pitcher is like at Oregon now. But it's like, I think that gave me confidence, but I think it's good to almost go in with no expectations as a freshman. And even like every season, don't go in with really any expectations what you're going to do. I think you just work hard and surprise yourself along the way, or don't surprise yourself because you know that it's going to happen. But, you know,
I'm curious. Obviously, you're a very skilled batter. What goes through your head when you're standing up there at the plate?
Nothing.
Nothing?
If I'm going
like
good,
blank?
nothing. Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing.
Okay.
I mean, I'm like, before I get in, we always talk about like, you plan before you get in and then you get into the box and you just
You don't have
compete.
to think about anything. Okay.
So like, depending on the pitcher that we're facing, obviously before I'm up to bat, I'm like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm hunting. This is what I'm looking for. And then once you get in, you just compete. Don't think about anything. I mean, my mind, if I'm thinking about when I'm the best, when I'm hitting, nothing's going through my head.
Okay.
No, nothing.
Interesting.
Mm-mm.
But that makes sense too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
What's something about your game that you're proud of that doesn't show up on the stat sheet?
I think just like my ability to handle adversity. Obviously, I've had 3 surgeries in my first 2 years of college softball. I just think that the way that I've carried myself through it all is not something a lot of people can do. And I don't know, like, it's obviously been hard, but I think that it's so rewarding to come out of it and like still feel like a good athlete and still feel like I have something to contribute to this team through my mindset and through my energy, but also like physically, you know?
Yeah. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
We always love to talk about like routines. What's a typical day look like for you during the season?
Okay. So we have practice in the afternoons. In the fall, we have lift in the early morning. So in the fall, it kind of differs from like time to time, but in the fall, we'd get up, we'd have weights at 6, and then we'd be done around 7:30. And then I would go home and take a nap because I need a nap, and then go to class and then head back to practice around like 2:30. In the spring, we lifted after practice, but I'd still get up, go to class, head to rehab, obviously, hang out with the trainers over there, and then go over to practice, and then go to training table, eat dinner, and eating sprinkled in obviously throughout the day. But yeah.
I was going to ask if you had time to like sit down and have a meal or something. So I'm glad to hear that
we do.
Okay,
yes.
good.
I mean, they have a great facility.
Oh yeah, it's so beautiful.
Yeah,
we're so lucky.
Really, really nice.
Any like quirky pregame rituals or superstitions that you have? You don't have
I am
any
not
of
a
those?
superstitious person, really. I mean, I love to have my hair done and like my bows. I love like the little ribbon in my hair. But other than that, I don't really have any like crazy superstitions. I need a coffee, but I need a coffee every day. So it's not really a superstition. It's just like I need energy.
Part of what you need.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no superstitions. Nothing really crazy, except I do like to have my hair done.
So do you, like, someone does your hair?
I do my own hair.
You do your own hair? Like before you go?
Before I go to pregame.
Before you leave your apartment? Okay.
Are you always doing it the same way? Or are you looking for new styles?
No, I kind of do different stuff. I mean, braids, just ponytail, but I like to have my little.
Do you plan it out, or are you like whatever occurs to you for the day?
Whatever I'm thinking, honestly. If one thing works,
it's really chill
if we
California
win,
attitude.
Yes,
I appreciate. Yeah.
If we win the day before, I'll probably stick with the same hairstyle though. So maybe that's a superstition.
There we go.
Fair.
But,
there's a little something.
A little bit.
There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, if that helps.
No, yeah.
Well, speaking of California, you grew up in San Carlos. What's something about your hometown that just still feels like you?
Oh man, I just feel like I love that it's like close enough to like a big city where there's always something to do, but you're also so removed from it. I obviously like the people and like my home and like my dogs. I miss my dogs all the time, but I don't know. I just like love California. I feel like it's so beautiful, and like you take for granted like living there. And ever since, like, every time I go back, I'm like, wow, like, how lucky am I to like call this place home? Like, it's so cool. We went to the Giants game the last time I was home, and I was like, it's just so beautiful. And yeah, I don't know. I just think that like I'm so glad to have that a part of my identity, because I mean, who gets to say that they're from like California? A lot of people, but still, like, I just think that it's super cool to like grow up around like 20 minutes from the beach, 20 minutes from the city. Go up to the mountains, like I just think that it's so cool. I know. Yeah.
Well, what about that California spirit do you take with you wherever you go?
I just feel like, I mean, it's so, I feel like you've heard like the type A, type B. I feel like have you heard of that?
No.
Explain it's like type A is like super like planned out.
Oh,
type
yeah,
B is very go with the flow.
Oh, yeah, California.
No.
I'm like, I don't know about this. Okay, yeah.
There's two types of California.
I'm so in between. Like, I love to have a plan.
Yeah.
But also like the whole California thing, like kind of just going with the flow and kind of seeing what's going to happen. I don't know. It's kind of.
So you're like sometimes type A, but then you can be type B too?
Yeah. I would say most of the time I'm probably type A, but with some things I would probably be like a little bit more chill, go with the flow. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like obviously I love the beach. I mean, how could you not?
Yeah.
Right? In the sun, but I don't know. California, I don't know. It's great.
How was it? What did you think about the like adjusting to the weather in the winters here?
Well, we always came for Christmas.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you
we
kind of had an
when
idea.
It was cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not really, because I never had to like be out in it.
Right.
And now
it's different now.
Yeah. And I don't remember it ever being in the negatives when I was here, but maybe I was just too young to even know.
Yeah.
But now like living in it, definitely seasonal depression is a real thing.
Yeah.
For sure. Like I love the sun. I love being in the sun. Like when it's the winter and you just have to like stay home.
Day after day of dreariness.
Yes. Yeah, but we usually get to go to some pretty warm places in February. So
that's the worst month. So that's a great time to.
I know, but we are here all January. Start in January.
Yeah.
But it's all right. Experienced my first blizzard this year, so that was fun.
You survived.
Sure did.
Were your parents big into sports growing up?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, my dad played baseball.
Yeah.
I think he played football too, maybe. And then my mom, she lived here and played volleyball and softball, and she swam.
Okay.
She stopped like after high school, but my dad obviously played baseball at UCLA, and then played for the Phillies for a while, and then played just like in independent leagues around the world. So
so you talked about like him helping you make that decision of like sticking with it. What can you tell us about like what that conversation was like, or like what kind of advice that he gave you along the way?
Yeah, I feel like I like knew that it was kind of time, just because I didn't really feel like I was like developing my talent anymore. And so, but like obviously you make such good friends, like especially when you're 13, it's really hard to make that decision for yourself and like leave your friends because it's so comfortable.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I tried out for this team, like had like a one-off tryout with a girl who is actually on my team now at Nebraska.
Crazy.
Yeah, she transferred to Nebraska from Arizona last year. But she was at my first tryout, and the coach was very intense. And he still is intense, but we're like friends now, so it's fine. But he was very intense, and I was like, whoa. My dad is watching the whole thing, like nothing crazy happened, but I was just like, wow, like this is kind of crazy. But it was so much more organized than my other practices, even just like with 3 people. And my best friend now tried out with me too. So we met at our tryout, and it was so fun. But yeah, I was just kind of like, I know that it's probably the best for me. And I didn't say that, but I did know that it was probably the best for me. But I felt like I couldn't make the decision on my own to like leave all my friends and go to this other place. So I was like, you know what? Like, if you think that's going to be best for me, like, you make the call and go ahead and tell them. So, yeah.
I think that's like, that's a really, I feel like mature, especially for a 13-year-old to like, to acknowledge that they might not be able to make the best decision for themselves and to trust in your, your parents that are truly looking out for your best interests. Like I think that takes a pretty mature 13-year-old.
I hope so.
Good work.
Thank you.
Do your parents still live in the same home that you, okay.
I've only moved once, and I don't remember it. I was probably younger than 1 year old. So
gotcha.
Yeah.
Crazy. Okay. So tell us about that house. Like what sticks out to you the most?
Very cute. We actually just redid our backyard, and I love it. It has like a little wood pergola with some like lights, and got a TV out there with a hammock and a couch, and I love the backyard. But I don't know, it's just like a cute little house in California. It's very obviously like congested where I live, just because the population is so high. So it's not a lot of land, but it's perfect for our little family, What
do you remember most about it, like as a kid?
When I was little, I like had my own room, right? And we put these little like stars. Have you ever seen those? The glow in the dark
ones. I had those.
Ceiling?
I loved those.
And my dad would come in and put me to sleep when I was little, and we got this like fairy dust that he'd sprinkle on me, and he'd tell me back bedtime stories, and like I looked up at the stars. That's probably what I remember most. And then I remember wanting to paint my room because it was purple when I was little. It was light purple. and then I changed it to like a sandy, kind of like beachy color.
Okay.
That's kind of my vibe when I was younger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, tell us more about what the room looked like.
It's just like square room. I had 2 windows. Like if I'm facing this way and you walk into the room right here, there are 2 windows right there. My bed was right here. My closet's on this wall, my dresser, and then my desk. Yeah.
Did you get to help pick out like your bedding and like, did you have any like posters on the wall or anything like that?
I had a big tapestry.
Okay.
Those were like so trendy at the time. And like I still up. My sister is in that room now, so she took it. But I do stay in there whenever I am home. But I had like a big gold tapestry up on the left side of the wall behind my desk. And I got my desk during COVID, obviously, because we were doing school from home. So I needed somewhere to be. But yeah, I got to pick my bedding. It started as staying with that beach theme, like a little teal, blue, white, purple gradient kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
And then I kind of grew out of it and got like kind of like sandy color, like with polka dots and patterns and stuff. But that's the bedding that I still have now, or that I guess my sister uses now. But yeah, I had some creative freedom. I wouldn't say I'm too creative, but I did have some creative freedom in choosing what I got to have in my room and stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it sounds nice. I like it.
Yes.
We talked about you living in an apartment now, right? And so what from that room have you taken? What kind of like have you brought that beach style to this apartment, or like what's kind of your theme? What are you going for?
I feel like it's pretty like minimalistic, I would say. I have like a big collage up behind my bed, and that kind of gives it a little pop of color. I have a bunch of stuffed animals too.
Like a collage that you made that you
it's like a Tezza thing, if you've ever heard of that. Yeah, I have a Tezza collage kit up there.
Okay.
And it just adds a little bit of color to it, I feel like. And then other than that, I just have my bed and like a side table, and I don't have a lot of stuff going on in there. But yeah, I'd say, and the rest of the apartment is like pretty minimalistic. It's like kind of the countertops, I think, are like marble looking. And then we have a really cool like tile behind our oven and like on the back wall of our kitchen that I just like, right when I walked into it, when I toured it, I was like, oh my gosh, like, well, the apartment itself is beautiful, but that I was like, oh my gosh, it's like white tiles, and then it has like gold, like sparkles, and like
fun.
It's so cool. Yeah, it's so awesome. I'll have to show you a picture of it. It's so cool.
Yeah, is that your favorite part?
It's probably my favorite, except the balcony.
Oh yeah,
we got a pretty big balcony, and we're facing west, so we get pretty good sunsets.
Oh yeah,
it's like beautiful. But I also do love my room. It's like so spacious and open, and it kind of like the way that it works. We have like natural lighting in pretty much every room because our balcony, like we have the doors just like facing, like it's just the whole thing. So it's beautiful. I love it.
I know that you're interested in kind of like taking the next step on your like design journey of your home, and you described like it might be a little bit of a Pinterest user, kind of putting a board together. I'm curious, like, what is the vision for, you've got this minimalistic kind of approach to your home design today, but like what's the vision of where you want it to go
in my apartment?
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know, I feel like it's very complete, but at the same time, like there's definitely a lot that we could do with it. So honestly, like I was kind of just going to give creative freedom to whoever I was shopping with. I feel like I'm just not like, this is where my type A comes in, right? Like I'm not a super creative person, but I don't know, like I like looking at things, and like I think it's nice to have a good space that you feel good about, and you know, like you want to have things in your place that you love. But all my furniture from there is from Nebraska Furniture Mart anyways, so I love it. But yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to kind of see. I was just hoping that I was going to walk around and something was kind of going to speak to me, you know, like, oh my gosh, I need that.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. That's why people come to a space like this
lots
and talk
times,
to people.
You talk to someone and they can like throw out ideas. That's the one I like.
Right.
You've looked through the hundreds of them.
Exactly.
And, like, now show me a few.
Yes.
But they can also talk to you and help you unpack what that means. Just kind of like, okay, I think I'm getting a sense. And that's part of, again, the process of it.
Yeah.
So I think that's perfect. Do you like to, so it's this minimalistic thing. So your space sounds like it's very tidy and kind of organized. And neat. Okay.
Yeah. I'd say so.
All right.
I mean, that's
I
type
try.
A over there.
Right. I try. I do. My room wasn't the cleanest, but I also just got back from a trip. So,
Oh, yeah. Fair.
Yeah, it happens sometimes, but
Yeah.
I did clean it up last night a little bit.
Great.
Yeah.
It's good to get organized. I
Uh-huh.
think that's, I'm coming from a house where it's like more of a creative chaos situation
Okay.
because of our one, my better half.
Oh,
You better be careful over here.
I mean, I want things in their place, but like sometimes this. I mean, I like having stuff out.
right. Yeah.
I'm gonna move on because
Yeah.
You're gonna be in big trouble when you go home.
Oh, man.
I'm curious to kind of wrap up this area. Like, what's one thing in your home or your room that you like can't live without? Like something that really makes it feel like your space.
I think in my room, not to say that I can't live without them, but like my stuffed animals. It's kind of funny because like I feel like me and my teammates have kind of recently grown into the whole like weighted stuffed animal thing. Like we always bring them on trips. So all of them are in my bed, and it's kind of getting busy. So I would
No
think
room for you anymore.
Almost no. But I have to kick them all out when I go to sleep. So I kind of place them on the ground nicely and just say, you can stay there. But I love my couch. I love just like sitting on the couch, and like when the sun is setting, though, like the sun like hits into the apartment because of our like windows or whatever. And like just laying on the couch, especially when the AC has been blasting all day, just laying on the couch and sitting in the sun, it's like the best feeling ever. But yeah, I love just sitting on the couch and, hanging out, whether it's watching TV, taking a nap, or snuggled up in a blanket, hanging out with my roommate.
I have one quick question about these stuffed animals. Are they like sentimental or like you've collected them over time or no?
No, honestly,
just
no. I just kind of hang, like, I love the weighted stuffed animals, and they're kind of trending.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So like I have 3 of those. I got one in December of my freshman year, and I've kind of just grown my collection ever since. And I've recently decided that it's time to stop.
Okay.
Because I have too many.
The collection's complete or over?
It's
complete.
Yeah, I was going to try to let her sidestep the mention of the stuffed animals, but you brought it back, and I'm glad that you're following up on it.
I'm curious about it, right?
Now we have to continue on this. At least one more question about the stuffed animals. You're going to stop, which I think anyone is welcome to do anything that they enjoy.
Totally.
That's my mantra in life. As long as you're not hurting anybody, I think it's fine. But who is your favorite of the stuffed animals?
I can't choose. I have one that I do like to bring on my trips, just because it's a squishmallow, and it's one of my best friends got it for me for Christmas this year, and it's like a cow, and it has a peach on it. And it's just big, and I like it because I can use it as a pillow on the plane.
Oh yeah.
Lovely,
Other than that, I got a sheep with a bandana. I got that as a weighted stuffed animal. I like that one too, but
These
I like all of them.
adorable.
I know these aren't your like
fun.
cookie
They're
cutter.
really cute.
These aren't your cookie cutter stuffed animals. Like a sheep with a
like some
bandana.
regular bear.
Right. These are definitely not normal stuffed animals.
Yeah, I think they're great.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see the pictures of them and how you integrate them in your space when you're finally there. But Talia, I have a game for us to kind of wrap up our interview today.
Okay.
I'm calling it home plate or home vibe.
Okay.
So I'm going to throw out a word or phrase, and you tell us whether it gives you more softball energy or if it's more of like a home life feeling.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yep.
Okay. So there's no wrong answers here. Just give us your quick instincts. First one that I have for you. Snack stash.
Softball. We have so many snacks in the dugout.
Really?
So many snacks in the dugout. It's hard to stop snacking. They're good snacks too.
Especially when they're just there.
What's the best snack?
My favorite one, combo of like beef jerky or like a beef stick and Ritz Bits, like the cheese ones.
Yeah.
That's good.
So good.
Yeah. Solid.
Yeah.
Okay. Second one for you. Trash talk.
Trash talk. I don't know. We don't do a lot of trash talk anywhere. So neither. I would honestly say neither.
You and your roommate aren't like jabbing each other? Okay, interesting.
Maybe jabbing each other, but not like, no. We're very kind and nice and like to keep it classy, especially in the dugout.
Good. All right. California, cool. All right. Third one for you. Comfort zone.
Home. For sure. I think softball, like to grow, you have to step out of your comfort zone. And at home, I can just be like in my little bubble. So definitely home.
Makes sense. Support.
Softball, teammates and coaches and all the people.
Love that.
Mm-hmm.
Routine.
Softball. I think routine is such a big part of softball and like baseball, just because it's a game of failure and you need to have some consistency in whatever you're doing. And so a big thing that we talk about, especially at the beginning of the year when all the freshmen come in, is our routines. So softball for sure.
Yeah, love that. Reset.
That could go either way, but I honestly probably would say home, because especially in season when it gets so chaotic and busy, it's like, okay, I want to just be at home and reset. Mm-hmm. But also you need a reset on the field. Mm-hmm. So, but I'd say more at home for me personally.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Joy.
Softball. I love, like, I don't know. It's like a different kind of feeling when you can like celebrate your teammates and all that kind of stuff. I think that it is definitely very joyful. That was kind of our like phrase this season. Our team was just very joyful. We wanted to play with joy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That makes a difference too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Chaos.
Softball. It can definitely be chaotic. You know, they say like, if you can't win pretty, you got to win gritty. And that can kind of be chaotic sometimes, but we'll take it, right?
Yeah. Win's a win. Totally.
Exactly.
I'd rather be lucky than good.
Yep. Exactly.
Okay. Crunch time.
Softball. Yeah, for sure. Bottom of the 7th, that's crunch time, baby. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Perfect. Power move.
Softball.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, anything, right?
For sure. Tradition.
Specific to Nebraska softball. I'd say that like we just have like a great tradition and like history of Nebraska softball. And I think that that's why it's such a great place to be, you know?
Balance.
Both. Because you got to balance both, right? You got to balance school, you got to balance home life, social life, and softball.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Mm-hmm. Okay, last one that I have for you. Glitter.
Glitter?
Glitter.
Oh, glitter. Softball.
Softball.
Yeah. Glitter eye black. Have you ever seen that?
No.
I have seen
that's
it.
fun.
Yes.
I have it. My sister-in-laws, they played softball, so we watched softball at my in-laws' house. But I thought you might say your home life because of your dad and the
my fairy dust. Yeah.
Dust. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm not. Glitter gets everywhere. I'm not a participant in the glitter eye black, but I do think that it looks great. I did in high school, but I've worked too much on my skin to mess it up. I'm kind of scared, honestly.
Fair.
But I think it does look really good. I think it's super cute.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, Talia, thank you so much for playing.
Yes.
Thanks for this episode.
Thank you.
I want to thank Becca. I want to thank our producers, Ann and Scott, and all our listeners. Hit us up on nfm.com/podcast, where you can find out more about what we're doing on the podcast, your home life, all those kinds of questions. You can ask us those things. There's a area to do that on our website. And we would love to hear from you. So make sure that you do. Until next time, here's to making your home life your best life, one story at a time.
Thanks for joining us today for I Am Home with Tyler Wisecup, Hillary Waltemath, and Becca Sudbeck. No one knows home quite like NFM. So if you'd like more information on home design at NFM, please check out nfm.com and leave us a review on the podcast platform of your choice.